Hi, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm here this week with a little bit of change of plans. I am unexpectedly needing to travel back to my hometown in Saskatchewan tomorrow. Unfortunately, my maternal grandmother is not doing well, and Violet and I are heading there to say our final goodbyes to her. So we found out yesterday that we're going to be flying back to Saskatchewan, so we have a day of travel ahead of us tomorrow. And I'm going to make some food to get us through the day so I don't have to buy anything while we're on the road. I want to talk about staying healthy while you're traveling, while you're under stress. As you can see, baby's growing every week. I'm 26 weeks pregnant now. So traveling while pregnant with a toddler while my grandmother is not well is definitely stressing me out a little bit, but something that really does help is when I stay on track with my diet and don't sway too far from my routine when I am traveling. I have many years of experience and have traveled everywhere and maintained my normal habits of juicing and smoothies and eating a plant-based vegan diet all over the place. So that does not stress me out, and it actually really helps me maintain balance when I am on the road. But if you are somebody that is new to this lifestyle, it can be stressful and it can be really easy to make excuses not to eat good when you are under stress or on the go. So I want to give you some tips and do some food prep today to help set you up for success if you're ever in a similar situation. Thanks for joining, guys. And so what we're going to be making today is overnight oats. I am pretty sure I will be able to get away with bringing them on the plane because I have a child with me and they're a little more lenient with liquids, and they definitely won't be in liquid form. They'll be thick and oaty, so I hope that they don't give me any fuss when I'm going through security. But if they do, won't go through security and eat them and then go through. So I'll keep you posted in the comments if we get through with our overnight oats. And then I'm also going to make, not on live today, but I'll be making a couple salads to bring with me, just in some glass containers or a plastic bag to eat on the go. And then I'm going to prep a little bit for dinner tonight and some leftovers for Neil for when we're gone. So I've already made rice. We're going to make cauliflower wings. I'll show you my really simple process to do that. And that's about it. And just basically talking about how to manage everything when you are on the go. So I'll talk about that while I do some prep. So I'm gonna make a jar for me, a jar for Violet, and a jar for Neil. And he likes quick oats and I like rolled oats. I think I'll use quick oats for Violet too because they're a little bit softer. And then I'm gonna put chia seeds, unsweetened chocolate hemp milk, maple syrup, and then my secret ingredient, which I really, really love. This is one of my favorite things to do for some reason. I take whole or sliced organic frozen strawberries, put them in a pan on low heat, and heat them up until they're heated through, and then mash them with a potato masher. And they're like better than jam. It's just the best thing ever. It's so good on banana ice cream, and it's really good in overnight oats. So I like it adds a little bit of like tartness and sweetness and just that jamminess. It's like at the bottom of a yogurt or something like that. So I make this often. You can just keep it in the fridge or make it fresh. You can do it with any frozen fruit, but for me, strawberries is definitely my favorite. So first, I am going to, what should I do first? I think I will do the strawberries at the bottom. So Neil doesn't like it as much as I do, of course. We have very different taste preferences. Violet's a blend of both of us, but everybody gets some, so if they don't like it, too bad. And so there's our strawberries in the bottom. And then next I'm gonna do oats. So we'll do about 1/2 cup for Neil, about 1/2 cup for Violet. Maybe not even, it's probably about 1/3 of a cup. I could measure, but you know me. I like to wing it. All my recipes, though, that I do share are tested and measured, so don't worry. But when I cook for myself, I like to just wing it this way with what I have on hand. My dogs know that I'm leaving, so they're a little out of sorts. So if they disrupt us, I apologize. Oh, and the phone's ringing. 1 second. Okay, so next, I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of chia seeds in each of ours. That'll help thicken it up, add some good fatty acids, and make it nice and gelatinous. And next, I'll put about a tablespoon or 2 of pure organic maple syrup. Probably just about a tablespoon. That's all you need, especially with the strawberries. You could definitely add more once you taste it. And next is the milk, if we have enough for everybody. They will expand a little bit, so you don't have to fill them all the way to the top. But I want to use this milk up before I go. If you're using a sweetened, when I make nut milk, lots of times I'll add dates. So then you don't need to add the maple syrup. But it depends on what nut milk recipe you're using. And then I think for travel, I will use, we have these plastic lids that I like, but they do tend to leak. So a trick is to take the metal part that usually comes with mason jars. I don't like these. They always go rusty and are annoying. So what I like to do is put one of these inside a plastic lid, and then it seals on really nicely. And you're gonna wanna shake it well. And put it in the fridge overnight, and then you are good to go. That. I don't remember if this was the one with the whole oats. I'll be able to tell in the morning, I think. So Neil's, Violet's, and Whitney's. So I just keep all my mason jar lids in a drawer, and then I keep my mason jar separate. I find that's the easiest way to keep them organized. Whoa, I don't know why that one's leaking. There's a hole in the jar. Oh man. I was wondering why. I thought I was being really messy, but I didn't think I was. You know you need new mason jars when literally I've broken like 5 in the last month with pouring hot water in them or dropping them. Normally that doesn't happen. So we'll transfer that to another jar. And throw that in the garbage. I have no idea what happened to that. It has like a hole. It looks like it melted. But I don't think mason jars can melt. It's really bizarre. Okay, so I'll clean up this mess that was unintentional. Oh. Where's my cloth? All right, so that is overnight oats. Did not take long at all to make, even with my quick little mishap. So super good to bring for traveling, especially road trips. We'll see how they do on the flight. I think I will not have a problem getting them through. And put them in the fridge, grab them on your way out the door, and either eat them on your way to the airport or when you're waiting for your flight. Good for children, good fat, protein, carbs to power you through if you need fuel while you're traveling. Some people like to fast when they travel, some people like to snack and eat, so it really just depends on what your stage of life you're at. Clearly, Violet and I are both in building phases right now, so eating is crucial, and that's what we're going to be doing. And like I said, I'm going to bring a Thai noodle salad, so it'll be mostly raw with some cooked like spaghetti or some sort of noodle added to it, maybe brown rice, something. And next we're gonna do some cauliflower. So if you have any questions about traveling and eating healthy, that's what I'm going to talk about now. So I haven't been to Saskatchewan to see my family in a year. They have all came out here to visit us, but when I do go there, it's really nice because my parents eat very similar to us, and they have all the tools, and my siblings also have Vitamixes and juicers and everything I need if I'm staying with any of them. So, and Neil's parents as well. So we don't have any issue with the tools. And then there's obviously grocery stores and health food stores there that we can stock up when we get. My parents always have a ton of groceries, and I like to help them enjoy that. And I never have issues that way. If we don't have access to that type of thing, there's always like juice bars, like Booster Juice or Jugo Juice or something like that if we need a quick smoothie or juice. I like to get like fresh pressed orange juice from those places. And then fruit is your best friend for traveling. So what I'm gonna do is Violet is a huge fruit eater. So we got groceries yesterday before we realized I was gonna be traveling. So we got all Violet's favorites. So I'll cut up some kiwis and dragon fruit and mango, banana, apple, and bring a fruit salad for us. And then some cut up veggies as well, and we will be good for traveling because we leave the house at 10 a.m. and then we won't be at my parents' house until probably about like 7:30. Well, actually they're an hour ahead of us, so probably 8:30 p.m. their time. So that's a long day for us because we're homebodies and we like to stay home. So having food with us while we're traveling is definitely important. And even if you don't eat it all, at least you have the option. And when you're traveling domestically, so if you're within the United States or you're within Canada, you can bring food no problem with you in your carry-on luggage, and you don't have to go through duty or anything, so it won't get confiscated or you won't get charged. If you're traveling internationally, you have to be done your food before you go through customs. So that's a little trickier, but we've traveled to Costa Rica and Mexico and the States, and I always manage to bring snacks, like even if it's dried fruit and things like that, you can easily bring through and eat on the plane, and there's never any issues. So I don't have too many problems with bringing food when we do travel. One thing my pigs don't like is cruciferous vegetables. Most pigs do like them, so it's unfortunate that I have to compost this, but I do. So another thing that I wanted to mention is this time of year, it can be people's immune systems are tending to adjust to the season changes. A lot of people are sick, people are getting flu shots, and I don't know actually in Canada, but I know in the States it was approved that the flu vaccine is, there's a nasal spray version that they're bringing back, and that one actually sheds. So if you're exposed to somebody that had the nasal spray version of the flu shot, you can pick up those viruses that are live in the flu shot through shedding. So those are things actually that I do keep in mind when I am traveling. And if we're exposed to those, it's important to keep our immune system up so we can fight off any viral infections. So what I like to do is the number one thing is just eat healthy and try to get as much rest as possible and stay hydrated. And then we will bring this vegan organic vitamin D spray. It's My Kind Organics by Garden of Life. It's Violet's favorite, so we'll bring this with us to make sure we keep our vitamin D levels up. I have a multivitamin that she takes on occasion and a prenatal vitamin that I take on occasion. So I'll bring that with me. I'm going to pack my pregnancy tea because that keeps my immune system and minerals up. And what else do I need to pack? So it's important to just do healthy habits all the time, whether you're at home or traveling, and just keep up with the things that are realistic. The worst thing to do for your immune system is stress. So if eating healthy and staying on track and in your routine is more stressful, than not when you're traveling, then you need to kind of reassess and adjust things to work according with you. So, you know, if you have a really unsupportive family, it can be really stressful trying to have all your own food and manage their comments and that type of thing. So it's just really an individual situation on what's going to keep your stress levels managed. Okay, so this is the worst part of making cauliflower buffalo wings, is breaking up the cauliflower. It can be a little messy and time consuming, but this is how I do it. I just do it by hand instead of, when you cut cauliflower, it gets everywhere. So I like to break it up by hand. And all three of us like this. I would say Violet and Neil like it a lot more than I do. I'm more of a simple, I like just either raw or roasted cauliflower without batter and everything on it. But they love the battered cauliflower, so I try to make it for them at least once a week. It's a good way to get some good cauliflower in you. So I don't have any gluten-free flour on hand, any flour in the house. So what I did beforehand was I had some brown rice, I'll show you. Organic brown rice breading crumbs, and the ingredients is organically grown brown rice. So I had some of that and oats, and I blended it up in the magic bullet and made a flour. So I'm going to put that in the bottom, or in a bowl, but I don't think I need that much. So let's say about a cup of that. And I have no idea if this is necessary or not, but I always tend to add a sprinkle of organic cornstarch when I make these. I find it crisps the wing up, the cauliflower bite up a little bit better than just straight flour. And then I'm going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of garlic powder, garlic granules. I like to use, not like the fine powder, I like to use the coarser one. And some pepper. And then I have organic unsweetened soy milk, which the ingredients are not horrible. It's fortified, which I don't love, but it's very hard to find unfortified nut milks. And I just need to use this up before I go. So instead of making my own, that's what I'm going to use. So start with a 1-to-1 ratio, I would say. And you want to make a batter like a pancake batter consistency. So I whisk this together, and this looks perfect. The oats are going to thicken it up a little bit, which is fine, but I got to work quick for that reason. So that's the consistency. As you can see, it's literally just exactly like pancakes. I'm going to toss in the cauliflower and coat everything in the batter. So there's 100 ways to make cauliflower wings, and no right or wrong way. It just depends on your preference. Some people put the seasoning, like I'm going to use an organic hot sauce, not on Violet, she likes hers plain, but I'm going to use an organic hot sauce for Neil's. Some people put it right in this batter. I like to do it after these are cooked, and then I'll add this, put it back in the oven on broil for 5 minutes, and then it doesn't overcook the seasoning. So that's the method I use. So I got these all coated in the batter. Then you want to spread in one layer on, I use parchment paper. I have the Silpat things underneath, but they're getting old and really hard to clean. So I just use unbleached parchment powder instead, and it works well. And then I typically can reuse it a couple times. I use these ones for freezing pancakes, and now I can use it for this recipe. And then you can throw it away burn it, recycle, or yeah, we usually burn it in our wood stove. And then you're good to go. So that's those. I'm gonna bake them at 425. You could do 450. I'll see. I can't remember off the top of my head what I like to do them at. I think 425, but either will work. For 20 to 30 minutes. I usually don't flip them or anything. I just put them in, leave them for that amount of time, and then take them out, put them back in the bowl with the seasoning. So you could do like a sweet and sour sauce, you can do a teriyaki sauce, you can do a buffalo sauce. So this is the organic sriracha. Neil also likes when we mix this with, what's the brand? Organic Ranch from Follow Your Heart. So it's a vegan ranch, or a vegan ranch that's made. There's lots and lots of options, just like chicken wings, and they're really delicious. So that's what we're gonna have for dinner, with either potatoes and salad or rice and salad. And then I gotta pack our bags and make a few more snacks for us for on the go. I was gonna make muffins, but I'll see how I'm feeling, cut up the fruit, and just make sure we don't starve on our 8 hours of travel tomorrow, or 10 hours, whatever it is. And yeah, I think that's everything. So as you can see, it literally did not take me long to make this. I was talking, and we have 2 really awesome foods made in under 20 minutes. And if I was just focused on doing this in the kitchen, it would have taken me 5 minutes to do each or less. So you don't have to overexert yourself to eat healthy. Once you get the hang of making these recipes, it becomes so second nature that it becomes an extension of you, and making smoothies, juices, that type of thing is really easy. So funny thing is, right now in our membership group, we have a premium membership, which gives them access to a Facebook group, and we do monthly challenges in there. And right this weekend, we're doing a 3-day juice and smoothie challenge. So some of the members are doing just juices and smoothies, eating that for the weekend, and then some of us are doing making sure we eat a juice and smoothie on top of our regular diet, which is grounded focused. A lot of people follow the meal plans, which already include a smoothie. So making sure you get a juice as well. So it is gonna be my challenge for the weekend to make sure I keep up with that with the challengers. I got my juice and smoothie in today. I will make juice either in the morning or tonight for us. We have a lot of juicing produce in the fridge, so I'll make enough probably for Neil to have for a couple days in the fridge, and then he can use up the rest to make while I'm gone. And I'll bring some for the trip to the airport tomorrow, because we don't leave until about 11, the house till 10. So that's good timing to drink my juice on the way to the airport. And then I just have Sunday for my challenge, and then I'll maintain juice for the rest of the time that I'm away, because my dad is a good juicer, and he likes to make us juice when we visit. But I will stop rambling. I thank you so much for tuning in, hanging out with me in the kitchen. I really appreciate it. I will be here next Friday. We are going to be launching a vegan jumpstart challenge, so it'll be a free 5-day meal plan with recipes and shopping lists and everything like that. So you can stay tuned for the link to that coming out. I think the challenge will run November 5th, so the week after Halloween. We were gonna do it Halloween week, and then I figured a lot of people struggle during that week, and I don't wanna make it more stressful for them, so we'll do a cleanse week after Halloween for anyone that celebrates that, and a good start to winter, and a good kind of jump start before Christmas. So I think the timing will be really great to do a free challenge. We usually get a lot of people following along. I've had up to 25,000 people at once go through these challenges with me. So it's always really fun to see people's versions of the recipes and help each other out. So keep an eye out for the sign up link for that. And if you want to get involved with the meal plans or the group I was talking about, you can check out the Grounded meal plans. We have a basic and a premium membership. And I can post a link in the comments for that too. So thank you for tuning in. I will post on Instagram and Facebook how our wings turned out. I know they'll be delicious because we make them all the time. I don't know if I actually have the exact recipe for this written down, but I'm sure I do. I'll have to check. But I will try to post it. And then overnight oats, I do have a strawberry cream one that doesn't use chocolate milk, but you can substitute the vanilla for chocolate if you want to. So I think we're good. If there's any comments, I will, sometimes they don't show up while I'm live, so I'll make sure I check those after we're all done and respond there. If you have any requests for future Facebook Lives when we're in the kitchen, let me know. I had one for breakfast foods, so I'm assuming they mean things like the overnight oats or other breakfast besides smoothies, because that's my typical breakfast that I promote and share, juices or smoothies. Yeah, so I will see you next week, and wish me luck on my travels, and send my grandma some good vibes while she departs the earth. Yeah, it's sad times, and I'm just trying to process everything and get through it and be there for my family and my mom and see how everything goes. So tomorrow's a big day, and yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.